She in. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Pollard. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the gun on 3rd down, Beard. They're able to locate Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Ready up.
So the drive takes him into Giants. Territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Off play action. Beard. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. From the gun on 3rd down, Beard looking deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Here's Pollard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Beard. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. A first down carry for Barkley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
They'll run with Pollard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw on third down. Beard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching up yardage against them.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Looking to throw on second down. Beard. He's going to find Gallup here complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Cooper's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And this is Shepard on the catch. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Jones now operating from the gun. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Beard. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they worked on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the...
And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On first down, Pollard. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's all to Waller. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Here we go! 15 line.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One receiver to the left. This is Cooper.
50, right? 50. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Ready?
To throw on second down. Beard. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Operating from the gun, Beard. This will be caught at about the 5. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, I see what they were trying to do there. You pop up your holder, roll him out. You got the option to run or pass. Just didn't work.
Not at all. And the communication was excellent defensively to make sure that receivers were covered as they escaped from the line of scrimmage, because that's supposed to be a surprise to everyone, and that's how they get through. People forget their assignments on defense. That didn't happen. And think about the guy rolling out with the football, looking for an open person. No one there.
Helpless feeling.
Helpless, because that gap between you and defenders now is going to close, and close quickly.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, check right.
Looking to throw. Jones is going to let this go deep for Lee. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10. Again from the 41. Here's Jones. Going to throw again. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
55, my God, 55.
Ready? Jones from the gun, he'll throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the 39, Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get it.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain of 32 that time. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Jones throw on target to Shepard, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 47-yard punt officially, 5 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Jones now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now it's Barkley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Check. Look at me. Zipper. Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
On first down, Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That's how we do it.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Well, the second down throw on target, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd and 2, Jones. And Tate's got it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Now they'll run with Lewis. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Dion Lewis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of the credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's some guys that got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The throw over the middle taken in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Get ready.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Back to throw. Beard. And he's into the clear. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of the 4th quarter.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Beer got his man there, complete to Gallup. The end result, 21 yards. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Beer. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 35. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Here I come. Here I come.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal.
Right there in the middle. Fit down.
Looking to throw. Beer. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Here we go. 30 base. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And an alley to run. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. so tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Throwing to start the drive. Beer. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Roughing the passer defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside...
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Demario Davis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beer. He gets it to Brown. Complete.
Hey, let's go.
They're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back to throw. Beer. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Looking to throw. Beer on the left side. Gallup's got it. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun. Beer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming.
Y'all already know what time it is, playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip.